Welcome back, Rich Nation. My name is AJ, and today we're going to be continuing One Piece episodes 273 and 274. And Luffy has hit what he called it, the second gear at the very end of the last episode. Luffy knows he's been defeated before. He wants to protect his friends, and he is upgraded somehow and that's what made me think, did he train off screen? Is this just something that he had the potential of doing this whole time? I think that's the best question I can kind of come up with here. If you guys are new to the channel, make sure you subscribe, smash that like button, hit that notification bell. You can also check out the Patreon at patreon.com/ajrich123 if you want to watch these episodes early and uncut. Definitely check it out, and let's go ahead and start. That's the three-headed interesting men. The status is Zoro's cutting the living crap out of everything, right? It's a damn whirlwind, a tornado. So not only did he slice the door, he sliced everybody inside. I love when people do that. They're like, we can see the enemies are coming in. You're telling us exactly what just happened already. And I don't think they care about your judgment. I mean, the Frog's got your back. The Frankie family's got your back as well. That's the best thing to do in situations like this. Just ignore them. Or think, what would Luffy do? Run through. Oh boy. So not only is Luffy getting stronger, so is Zoro. Neither of them want to lose. Yeah, I don't think that three-headed guy has any chance. He wants the credit so he can get invisible brownie points from Nami. They mean nothing. Yeah. Don't you want to impress her as well? Yes, because she's lonely for you. You need something to just like, somebody needs to hold his hand. Go hold hands with Chopper so you don't get lost. Who's really the kid here? Seriously, Zoro. A lot of the time, it doesn't seem like they know what they're doing, but everything ends up going okay. They usually are able to, you know, figure it out one way or the other. Another type of justice. Freak justice. This should be like one slice, right? Ah, perfect. Hold him down. Or, okay, so Zoro doesn't even have to stay behind. They're not even good enough to fight Zoro. You gotta fight the Frankie family instead. Just throw the egg-shaped Frankie family member on top of him and knock him out that way. Oh yeah, the end of last episode. This is so new. He's so shiny. Now he has the drive to upgrade like this somehow. When doesn't Luffy say weird stuff? Maybe attacking fast enough so he can't dodge, or... Ah! A fast attack. Like a jet. It's like... Somebody turned on the superpowers, like... Luffy's version of Super Saiyan, maybe? That's a drastic difference. And he could have done this the whole fight before. That's the way he's making it seem. Is that what he's doing? By him, did Luffy pick up, because the way they talk, anybody can learn these powers. That's the way that's the way I was getting it anyway, where the powers are just something you need to know how they work and then you can learn them. How did Luffy learn something like that by just facing it once? That's got to be some natural skill right there. Or it's just doing something similar to that power. Maybe the way he's attacking or the way he's fighting is similar to that. Or though it's seeming more like to me that he learned the powers from seeing it once. That's what I think. And that's the bad way to look at it. If you think you can't be defeated, you're probably going to get defeated. Now that you've done it once, though, I'm sure Luffy has figured out a way to block it. And you've used that move a couple times, too, by going through the doors. Luffy is very battle intelligent. Like, his intelligence is very good on the battlefield. So that's what he means. He's benefited by learning techniques that are going to help him. Was that really the strongest? Shouldn't it not be able to move him? So much for strongest. That has no meaning against Luffy. No. Wait. Another gear? Does that mean stronger? You know what this is kind of reminding me of? And I know comparisons aren't always the greatest thing, but if anyone knows DBZ, Kaioken times 10, Kaioken times 100. I wonder if like his third gear is a stronger version of the stuff he's doing there, or is he calling these gears like the techniques that he was kind of learning? He probably also made them his own, even though they are using he said he's using that shave technique or that power. I feel like Luffy would put a spin on it for himself too. Yep. He's got to have more experience with it, or just use it more often. Yep. That was a lot easier than I expected. That fight went really smoothly. I mean, these guys aren't going to stop now. They've been lied to for years and years and years. He actually, you got to give him credit. He is the reason why they're doing this and helping them. And the frog with his good martial arts. Oh yeah, they're all split up too. So now it makes sense why they split up this much. That's the only way they're going to be able to cover all this ground. Everyone is doing their part. Who would have thought that these guys would be helping them from when we met them? Yeah, they're so close. No way in hell they're stopping. He's just saying guilty. He can't say anything else. That's the kind of person you want in there. He only learned one word. Yeah, he is realizing that they're about to get screwed. Is there no way to get through there once they're at that spot? Well, they said the same thing about getting on this island, so I don't think anything's impossible. There's a lot of knocked out world government guys in Navy. Let's think positive here, okay? Which will, I would say, have consequences too, though. I mean, it's a good thing to be known, but maybe not in this particular Ah, a way to end an episode. Screaming. As I always say, you can't... It's always weird when they don't end an episode with Luffy screaming. And that's just gotta be the normal. But Luffy's second gear, and now he didn't have to use it, but having a third gear... I didn't think that would have anything to do with the 6 powers. Him being able to use one, but from my understanding, seemed like it would be a different version, more like something that he's making his own by doing, because he was copying it to some extent from having all that stuff happen to him. I guess that's the benefit, because he says, I'm glad we met you so I can save my friends, because he actually learned some valuable powers by having that experience and getting their ass kicked. Who knew getting your ass kicked will, help you out in the long run? Sometimes taking a defeat can really help you improve. And that's kind of what happened to Luffy here. And he's freaking out. What the fuck? Does he need to take a giant shit? What the... Actually, he probably doesn't have to crap. He's a cyborg. Oh no, it's a bomb. It's a bluff. For sure he wouldn't do that to everybody, especially I would think this would be a huge bluff. Oh my god! He fucking farted his way out. That's how you really use the gas. Robin's got to be knocked out. If there's any smell to that, she's passed out. He super saved her. All you need is some Mentos. It'd be so funny if Frankie had some Mentos in his stomach too. Coke, Mentos, nice little explosion. That would make sense how that even happened in the first place. Actually, yeah, that would not surprise me. But if he doesn't have that, I mean, that could make an even bigger explosion. Find them or you're screwed. After all of this, she has to... I'm surprised they need to leave for sure. She knows that they're full of shit, so... She wanted to protect him and everybody else, but... they weren't going to do that now that they're there. At this point, still... Is it because still the threat of what they could do? That is so deep. I think that's the only thing she thinks she can say at this point to make them leave. Because that's a fucking deep sentence right there. I mean, I think there is definitely a lot more sadness in Robin than she shows too. So maybe she could mean at least maybe a small percentage of that sentence. But I know a lot of it, at least, is for them to say anything to get them to leave. But I really thought once she learned that they weren't going to not attack them still and not go after them once they left Water 7 and she learned that truth, that maybe her mind would change a bit. But I mean, it just sucks. Okay, now everybody's together. It's different with a 1v1, but all of them, they gotta be worried about it a little bit, right? Or they just saw him as the weakest. This is bad. Oh. There's no real trial with these guys. Oh, there's... Okay, so there's a ton of them. Everybody's guilty. You're all screwed. That's the way they look at things. In... What? In your head? So that means everybody's guilty. That is a really messed up system right there. It's like a guaranteed... Yep, it's a guarantee to be guilty. The justice system in this world is bullshit. They all have to do their parts here. How? How do they have so much left? They went through so many people. I mean, just Luffy alone went over 1,000. Everybody might not be completely informed. No, everyone really is doing their part. They all need to in order for this to work. That's how Luffy got in. I mean, he got in a lot on his own, but he definitely had help. I mean, it's at least those guys aren't able to catch up to him because they're all the distraction. If you can't get through somewhere, break through it. That's the downside. You do attacks like this, you're gonna harm the people around you. When you're in it's not like an open battlefield where it's a lot harder to actually hurt people there. You can keep people out of the way. Now, are they gonna look up to him? They seem like people that would. That is the most difficult part of this. The person you're trying to rescue is not necessarily wanting to be rescued. Oh my. He doesn't. He's just being Luffy, picking his nose. Is that Zoro's attack? Is that okay? So perfect timing. Oh shit. And now that all the CP9 people are there, everybody's there to rescue her. Now it's not going to be a 1v7 or whatever, 1v6. The good thing about Luffy is he's super persistent to a ridiculous point that Robin can only turn this down so many times. Zoro is doing damage to other people at the same time. What the fuck? What was that? That's what he sees when he sees Zoro's hair. Soge King is technically last. He's fashionably late. Oh, they just threw him? He's flying through the sky to save the day. While trying not to shit his pants. Now everybody's there. He is just never ending surprise. Like, he's surprised every time something doesn't go right. Whatever you're gonna do, they want you by them, regardless. This is the only way Robin would go, is exactly what Luffy did. You gotta shove it in her face. Shove that friendship and love in her face until she decides to take it. Well, now we gotta fight. I can tell there's strength comparison. Like, there is big strength differences between all the CP9 people. Especially the people that left. I for some reason feel like they're weaker. But maybe not. Maybe they, even though they're comical, they could be strong. That's pretty epic, actually. No, it definitely means a lot to her. The moment of truth. I love, even though Robin, you can see it on her face. She's not saying it. She's not saying that she is okay with it, but you can see it right on her face that this is the only way to get her to go, to finally understand. Luffy's stubbornness is the best thing against Robin here. Because of how stubborn they are and how it shows, it's like Robin had to be shown so much care and love and friendship for her to finally take it, really. And it's understandable. We know she had a hard past. She has people, all this fucked up stuff for her, and going through that type of experience will make you put your guard up to an extreme. And I think that's obviously she was doing this for them, but I think this is what they needed to do. It's kind of perfect when you think about it. Now, here's the issue. They have enough people to actually fight as a group, and not Luffy's not going to have to fight everybody, which is fortunate. But we don't know how much stronger did a couple of them get now that they've what type of abilities did they get from eating the devil fruits. That's one issue that they're going to have. They're not even going to know that it's going to be a surprise to them too, because they didn't see them take it. So that's going to be new. On top of that, you got the strength differences between them. Though it makes me a little bit more calm about it because of how Luffy still had more, he still had somewhere to go with his strength. Like, he had another gear, right? And he didn't have to use it once he defeated one of the CP9 members. That makes me think, okay, Luffy's got a shot here because he still has more potential that he didn't have to use in that fight. That's probably the upside here. But I'm excited. I think we are in store for some amazing fights. It's been like this lead up for a good 10 or so episodes of them having to crash through this place and get there. And it was just one of those things. It's like, we know Luffy's going to be able to get there. I actually thought the way it was feeling for a little bit was Luffy was going to have to fight a bunch. Like, I thought it was going to be one of those things where he would have to fight everybody because of how behind everybody else was. But this is actually kind of neatly timed, and I like this. That's another thing about One Piece is it's not just up to, it's not, just the strongest character has to beat everybody. Wait for Goku. We don't always see that. Luffy has had to be the one to finish off the main bad guy, right? He has. But for the most part, everybody else actually do their part. Everybody matters. That's why I love this show. Like, characters that their crew, it's the crew. It's not just the Luffy show. It's the Straw Hat show. And I don't know how much I can say about like that being such a high point for me for getting so into this show. It is like not being centered on one person to a ridiculous degree where that's all you can rely on. I love that they spread it. You guys let me know what you think in the comments about that. I mean, do you agree? Do you disagree? Do you like it? Do you not like it? I feel I really, really like that part about the show. But anyway, if you guys are new to the channel, make sure you subscribe, smash that like button, hit that notification bell. You can also check out my Patreon if you want to watch these episodes early and uncut up to 2 weeks. Patreon.com/ajrich123. Twitch, Twitter, all my social medias down in the description below. Thank you for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Bye-bye.